This video is on 11 different tips when working with older people. My name is Joseph. I'm a psychiatrist working with Epsychiatry here in Australia. There are timestamps here if you would like to skip ahead. The elderly sometimes have a lower health literacy. What this means is that we have to spend a bit more time at the start on education, which in my experience is often well received and rewarding. Provide written and picture summaries of what is discussed during the session. I would even annotate these summaries during the session before the client takes them away. I would encourage them to go over it that evening or the next day to aid with learning. Simplify. Avoid jargon. This is understandably a trap that health professionals fall into all the time. Also, make sure your elderly client can hear you clearly. Try talk a fraction slower if hearing impaired, and clarify that they have understood you. Just like we do with younger people, clarify their personal history. Sometimes when we work with older patients, we aren't as mindful of their experiences in their adolescence, 20s and 30s, which shaped who they are. Pay attention to their cultural backgrounds. Adjust your therapy to your elderly client's cognitive abilities. Their attention, memory, and language abilities may not be the same as it was in their 20s or 30s. As a flow-on to the earlier point, consider behavioral as opposed to cognitive strategies. Simple, appropriate behavioral strategies that are easy for the elderly person to implement can be the way to go. A slower pace, repeating what has been said at the end of the session and also at the start of the next can be helpful. Also, demonstrations or modeling of actions or behavior can help with learning. Everyone has strengths. It's imperative that you know what your elderly client's strengths are. Help them to use their strengths to accommodate for their losses. This is where therapy can get interesting as you get to fine-tune it to your patient. Be flexible. Together, you both might have an agreed plan for how therapy should progress. However, flexibility is important. Your client may be unwell or their recovery might not go as expected. Being flexible helps with rapport building. As a follow-on to the point about being flexible, plan the therapy appropriately. This is often a challenge, especially with a new client. You might find it helps to openly discuss therapy plans, stages, and how progress can be monitored. Finally, address loss and grief, both at the start and along the way. For the elderly, losses tend to be a more prominent feature. They may have lost a partner, sibling, or a friend recently. They may have downsized or given up work. Give these losses the space they need in therapy. That's our 11 tips for therapy when working with the elderly. Hope you have found this video helpful. We put out video content weekly on YouTube. Thanks for watching.